G'day and welcome to Vault Hunters. So we're back again for episode 5, and the focus of this episode, as you can probably see by the title, is going to be mainly farming, but then I'll throw in a little bit of other progression in here as well, just to obviously fill up the episode a bit more. I definitely want to carry on with the quest line a bit, and conveniently, my next quest here is the newly added jewel cutting system that was added in update 10, so we'll get into that very shortly. Before we get into the episode properly, I want to do a little bit of catch up with you guys, because obviously between the recordings I did do a little bit of stuff here and there just to sort of get the progression rolling, just so there's slightly less waiting around for stuff. So let me just show you what I got up to. So down here in the basement, I have this little corner with 2 elixir vault crates, just because I did some vaults on the side, as well as 2 bounties, which means that we have leveled up just a tiny bit. So I have a few skill points to spend. I'll get to that in just a second. So I have the crates, but also, as I kind of mentioned in the previous episode, to get into like the bigger sort of crafting, we need that POG gem. And for that, we need to collect the unique gems. So I was focusing on mining quite a lot within the vaults. I have managed to obtain this collection of ores. Now, it does look quite good, although even though this is quite impressive looking, I'm pretty sure that I still don't have all of the unique gems to craft the POG. So I have like this corner here which has a good amount of these unique gems, like this one, Cagerium there. That's not all 9 of them. So I will need to do a bit more vault running and mining to collect those in order to craft the things I want to craft, such as that draw controller. That's still a big dream, but we'll get to that very shortly, and I reckon we could even pull it off this episode, hopefully. Besides this, I do have a nice collection of Larimar and Benutites, which means that knowledge stars will be, you know, slightly easier to obtain. However, I do still need that knowledge essence, so, you know, slightly limited, but at least I have this, this little stack of Benutite. It's something. And this Larimar, yeah, just good for crafting mod related stuff, so you know, won't say no to that. Let me just open all these crates and see what we get. God damn, that's a lot of colors. Let's see, a decent amount of jewels. Let's see if we have anything good or noteworthy. Not really. A decent amount of vault gear that I can roll. Hopefully there is an upgrade somewhere in there, because I am still using quite a lot of like level 0 gear, level 0 sword, you know, we'll see. Oh yeah, and I also have this shulker with a few additional bits of vault gear that I got within the vaults that I did. Let's just roll everything real quick and see if we get anything good. We got hella swords to look at. Any upgrades, hopefully? Oh my... Okay, we got an upgrade, finally. This vault sword right here has more attack damage, a stun attack chance, but most importantly, chaining, which is a very cool attribute that lets us chain our attacks. Go figure. So attacking one monster will also attack the 1 or 2 next to it, which is sweet. It's one of the better attributes that you can't roll on swords. So I'm hyped about that one. That's a very good upgrade. But sadly, all the other bits of vault gear, like these armor pieces here, are not upgrades. But at least we did get this sword, which I am very happy about. So let me get this new sword enchanted with all the good stuff that we need. Oops. Here we go. So now we can retire our level 0 scrappy sword with a level 13 scrappy sword, which even has the exact same transmog. Okay, you know, sure. Let's roll with it. Even our slime bucket boy is happy too. Let's get it. Now let's roll our mystery boxes. Oh, let's go! An echo gem. That's one of the rarer drops. Booster packs. We get one. It's not a duplicate. Awesome. It's going good. It's going good. I like this. And real quick, 2 unspent skill points. Let's throw those in. You know what? I will actually start a little build going instead of just upgrading the little essentials. So I will throw in a point into this Nova ability, I'll even upgrade it straight away. And what does this ability do exactly? Well, it lets me cast an AoE attack just like this. Boom. And it damages random shit in the area. So we have that going now. I'm looking forward to building this build. Alright, so let's start doing what I have set out to do, which is farming, right? So basic mob farms, you know, like for cows, sheep, chickens, and other shit. In Vault Hunters, you don't have to make pens and then breed them individually and have like hundreds of mobs running around in like a little fenced off area or whatever. In Vault Hunters, what you do is you craft these animal jars and animal pens. They are super cheap to make, only costing a bit of glass and some vault stone, some fences, so super cheap. And what they let us do is, as you can see here, with the jar, we captured the animal and then we put down this jar in an animal pen, which acts as the mob farm. And all we do is just put the breeding materials into that animal pen, and then they just breed automatically without taking up loads and loads of space. So let me craft these up and let me catch some random shit like that cow over there and some other things that are rolling around in the area. There's some sheep here, some pigs, and chickens over here. So yeah, let me get those bitches. So animal jars, let's craft how many? I guess 7 of them. Why not? Animal pens. How many can we make actually? Oh, we can make a lot. Let me just make 7. Or 8, I guess, because I'm stupid. I'm coming for you, cow. I'm coming for you, bitch. Come here. Yoink. That's 1. And let's go over here, because I saw some other mobs over here. Yoink. That's 1. Oh, we got a pig as well. Yoink. Can we catch a donkey? Let's see. Oh, I can. Nice. I need to get some chickens. Yoink. Come here, cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. Oh, there you are. And I'll steal your egg. Okie dokie. So that's the basic animals for now. The sort of main ones anyway. Obviously, we can collect more. At least now we have enough to breed them infinitely. Awesome. I will eventually build like a little barn to keep everything farming related in. But for now, just to show you, let me just put down these over here. So we have all the animals here. And if I hold shift, we can see the counts. And the chicken here has eggs ready for us, so we can pick them up. Oh. And with these, we just feed them as normal and the count will increase. And also the physical little animal will get bigger. So if you have like 2,000 of these in an animal pen, it will just be a big fucking animal. So that's a fun little thing. And then when it comes to... Oh, look, we've got visitors again. Let me just deal with this real quick. Oh, let me show you the Nova ability, actually. Boom! Fucking easy. But yeah, as I was saying, when it comes to farming plants and trees and stuff, that can be done multiple different ways. You can make normal farms, like in normal vanilla Minecraft, or you can unlock various different mods for that. For example, you have mods such as botany pots, which lets us craft these botany pots, and they work similar to like these animal pens, right? You just put down the plant that you want to be farming, and over time, it just produces them. Also, other types of farming that can be done is with bigger mods, such as Create. But, you know, this one costs 6 to unlock. But we'll definitely get into it. Create is a very cool mod, though. It's very in-depth and everything, but you can do so much cool shit with it. You can make these, like, big automated farms where you have, like, plows circling a field, or, like, these tree cutting machines. Infinite possibilities of shit. We'll get into it. Don't worry. But it will just take a little bit of time because it's hella fucking expensive. But we'll get to it super soon-ish. Hopefully. So what I want to do now is actually try to unlock a mod to further improve the farming situation, because these animal pens will allow us to farm these basic mobs by, you know, breeding them and then killing them whenever we need the loot drops, right? But there is another mod over here in production called Cagerium. This mod here lets us craft these cages, and then we use the mob spawn eggs to consistently generate the loot drops that a given animal or mob would give us. So for example, we can craft a cage and then we can put a sheep in there, and over time, automatically, it will just generate wool, for example. Or we can put a hostile mob like a creeper and it will automatically generate gunpowder, and you know, the list just goes on. The mod does cost 3 knowledge stars, but I think I'll go for Cagerium over Botany Pots, just because it will let me automate those slightly more unique and harder to get drops. So let's see how much knowledge we have. Knowledge essence and knowledge shards. Let's see how many we have here. So 13 knowledge shards. That only allows us to make 1 knowledge star at the moment. So we're gonna have to do a bit more vault running to collect more knowledge. So what I will do between now and unlocking Cagerium, quite simply, we'll run a few more vaults. Let me take you along for the journey. Maybe do like a little montage speedrun type of thing. Let's see what the vault altar requires. Luckily, we got a super easy one. Here we go. Easy. Ding ding. And with this vault crystal, I will not put any seals on it. I will just leave it to be a randomized vault. So that means it will either be a Hunt the Monolith vault or a Elixir vault. It will just be chosen at random for us. But I completely forgot that I mentioned about doing a bit more of the quest line. The next quest I have here is to craft a jewel cutting station, chromatic steel ingots, Larimar, bit of driftwood. Okay, so it's actually quite affordable. Let me craft it up. Craft this glass into panes, and now I should be able to craft it. Boom, quest completed. I will put it down here for now, because I will do a bit more building to house these slightly more unique tables, just to make everything look a bit more interesting, but we'll get to that a little bit later. This jewel cutting station lets us trim down jewels. Okay, for example, I have this gilded affinity jewel that's super high size. I can take this jewel and put it in this station with some silver scrap and vault bronze, and I can attempt to trim down the size. As you can see here, when I click this button, it has a 50% chance to cut down the jewel by 1 to 10 size. So let's give it a go. Oh, and it actually did it. It cut it down just a little bit, and I can just pretty much I can have as many attempts as I want, but obviously it does currently have quite a high failure chance. And when we do fail, we get a gemstone and some Wutadai gems, which can be used to craft more jewels in this station, I believe. Am I stupid? Is it here? No, it's in this one. So I can use these gemstones. And if I want to have a higher success chance of cutting down a jewel, I have to get into the jeweler expertise. So with the first level here, I get plus 8% added to my success chance. Once it's maxed out, it can be quite powerful, as you can see, but that's gonna take a little while. I will definitely want to get to it though, because crafting gear is one of the things that I will enjoy mid to late game for sure. And that is mainly because I played so many MMORPGs and I was always one of those tryhards who wanted to get that perfect piece of gear for any given situation. So once we get a bit further into like the mid to late game, hopefully like mid game, I will just be grinding these jewels and stuff to craft some good gear. But for now, I would just be rocking this like low level scrappy shit that I don't really mind just burning through, because we are so low level that all of these items won't really be sticking around for too long. So let me accept my reward for completing this quest. And the next quest is to get ourselves the black market, which is this table here, and we use this table to trade in our soul shards that we collect within the vault for some goodies. So let's craft this up. Here we go. Place it down. Let's see, let's just put it down here for now. Cool looking table. So here in my pouch I have 3,800 shards, which is a good amount. As you can see, I can spend it on like a vault helmet or like a catalyst. But yeah, these items on the right side re-roll once this timer resets. And then you have this item on the left, which is like a little gamble, right? You spend 1,500 to get a completely random item. It can be good, it can be bad, or it can be fucking insane. You never know. Let's try our luck. We get, oh fuck, a chaotic focus, which is okay actually. Allows us to modify vault gear, reforge the tier of a random modifier. Obviously right now we are tier 1 on everything because of our level. This is kind of like a late game item. As you can see, if I tab over this, it's a level 65 plus drop. So yeah, we don't even need to touch that at any point soon. Like, it's probably just gonna sit here for quite a while. But yeah, that's the black market. Cool little thing. And we have completed this quest. The next quest is to craft a knowledge star, and conveniently, as I kind of inspected earlier, we do have enough knowledge to craft we do have enough knowledge to craft 1 knowledge star. So let's get that quest done. Get our Beniatite, get some vault diamonds, surround that to get our knowledge core, and then surround that by knowledge shards, and then we get the knowledge star. There we go, there it is. Might as well consume it. And as a reward, we get this mod box. As it says, it gives us a random items from the mods that we have unlocked. So currently, as you know, we have these mods here unlocked. So simple storage, drawers, and pouches, which means that opening this mod box will give us anything to do with those mods. It can be good, it can be bad, because for example, it can give us like a whole pouch just instantly, or it can give us like a piece of magic silk, which is useless. I mean, not useless, but you know, so common, whatever. Like, what is the point, right? So for now, I won't risk opening it, because I will wait until we unlock our next mod, for example like Cagerium, and that way we will have more chance to get something better, right? Because just at the moment we have so little unlocked, the likelihood of getting something shit is higher. So, you know, just thinking ahead. Okie dokie. When it comes to quests, we have reached our cap for now. Our next quest on the line here is simply to reach level 20, and it does get us a extra knowledge star, which is a cool reward. And we are level 14 at the moment, so it shouldn't take us too long to get to level 20, but it will require us to run a nice handful of vaults. So the plan now is to get into the vault. At some point in this episode, I'll also want to craft up some more vault gear, potentially replace these like level 0 items, or primarily get myself some vault tools, potentially use some jewels to get some better tools to use within the vault. I will sleep and get right into that bitch. So let's go. Right then, hope you enjoyed that. Let's get back to the kind of normal video type thing, and let me show you what I got in all of those vaults. So as you saw there, I've been placing all my crates in this little corner here. I didn't open a single one of them. I also have this shulker full of ores that I mined, as well as some mystery boxes and booster packs that I can open, and some gear that I can roll. Let's just do a quick little opening here and see what we get. And to make it easier to see what I get, I will just put everything into this double chest for us to check out. Let's open these up. Okay, I can't even hold everything. Let's see. So this is what we got. A shit ton of jewels, a handful of vault gear for me to roll. Alright, check this shit out. A hammer size jewel with a pretty low size. And this is pretty cool to see because the hammer size jewel is the rarest attribute that you can get on the jewel. So that's good luck with that. This jewel adds more radius to the hammer tool. So instead of being able to break a plane of 3x3, we can use this jewel to up it to 4x4 and then 5x5, 6x6, and so on. We got this copiously jewel. Well, not really insane, but it is 10 size, which is the lowest size you can get. Also got a very low size living affinity for breaking living chests. Very cool. Same thing with gilded, pretty decently low size for that, as well as low size jewel for coin affinity, which is super nice because I haven't been breaking any coin piles in these vaults just because it takes too long. So now I will be able to, once I craft a tool and put this jewel on it. That's sweet. As well as this little top up of like vault crafting materials, which is nice, and a bitter lemon to add time to the vault. Nice. Also, this mystery egg that we got is going to come pretty handy when we unlock Cagerium, because we can then farm the animals with it. Since we have so much vault gear to roll, what I'll do is craft this little thing called, I believe it's called the identification stand. Okay, it's a bit pricey, but what this will allow me to do is pretty much roll all the gear in my inventory at once, so I won't have to wait through that rolling animation. So let me just craft that up real quick. I believe, yeah, I can afford this. Let's do this. Identification tome. And now I just need a little bit of obsidian. So now I should be able to make the identification table. Here we go. Nice and easy. I'll put this thing with other book related tables here. It will go right here. For now, yeah, I think it can even stay there. Okay, so we have 4 rare pluses, and then a handful of common pluses, and the rest are scrappy. So let's see what we get. A whole bunch of new transmogs. Alright, let me sift through these and see if I got anything good. We have a couple of upgrades, okay? Not a lot, but a couple of items. Very, very nice. Rare sword that rolled almost the highest damage it can for the implicit, and then also an extra 5 attack damage for the prefix. Also extra damage to the undead, which is obviously stuff like zombies, and they are very common. Next up we have this chest plate. It does have the same amount of armor, but instead of adding mana, it will add more health. Also a little bit of knockback resistance, but the extra health is nice. Finally upgrading from a level 0. So that's something. Next up is this helmet. This one has a lot more armor. We lose the +2 health, but that's fine because this chest plate adds 5. And then we also exchange the item quantity for item rarity, which is, I think, more valuable. I think, anyway. And lastly, I have this shield, slightly more block chance than our previous one, as well as a tiny bit more health. So not a massive upgrade in terms of the shield, but it's a tiny upgrade that, you know, I will still take. And the rest is scrap. That will get recycled. Let me enchant this new stuff. Here we go. And let's check out what these new transmogs look like. Interesting. It gave me like a little skirt type of thing. Well, I mean, I guess it's pretty cool. You know, we'll rock it. We'll rock with it. The shield is cool though. It's a coconut. Fuck yeah. And look at the health. God damn. a couple extra hearts. What I'll do now is take all of the unique ores, or the legendary ores, place them over here to see if we can craft a POG. So let's see. Pretty sure I have all of them. So if I'm able to fortune these and hopefully not miss any, then I will be able to craft the POG. So here they are, all 9 unique legendary gems. If I get one of each of these, I will be able to craft the POG. We only have one bomb ignite. And if I roll 0 on the fortune, we'll just be back in the same situation where I can't craft one. Let's hope for the best. So let me grab my fortune pickaxe off the wall, and let's see how much we can collect. 18 xenium. Only 2 terbium out of 3 ores. Okay, okay. That looks good. Yeah, that was good. Ashium. 14 pizza nights. Pretty good. 12 Iscalium. Ooh, only 6 Sparkletine. 9. Okay, decent. Only 5 of this one. So here we collected 8 of the 9. The one that remains is the bomb ignite. Now we have to roll at least 1 from this ore. If we roll 0, I will be upset. That is multiple. That is multiple. And it is 2. That means we can make 2 POGs. You know, 2 bomb ignite. And then a surplus of all the others. Let's go up and craft this bitch right away. And here we go. There's the first one. And here is the second. 2 POGs. Oh yeah. Let me just use one of them straight away to craft the draw controller like I wanted to craft. Okay, so that's a 1 chromatic steel ingot. We need 3 more of these. God damn, this bitch is expensive. I need to fortune up some black opals. Oh, this is so bad. Hello? Oh my god, so expensive. I need 8 more? Okay, Jesus Christ. I need a lot more materials than I thought. Put those in here and surround these. 2 of these. And now I should be able to craft the draw controller using up our first ever POG. Here we go. I know it's a relatively small item, but it's something. So now that we have this draw controller, emptying our inventory will be a lot quicker. Because now instead of clicking on every single drawer to empty out our items, we can just double right click the draw controller and it puts all the items in there automatically. Very handy. I know it's not a big thing, but it's a step in the right direction in terms of progress. Alright, hello again. We're back for more. Well, for you it was just a few seconds, but for me it's a different day. In my inventory I have all of the knowledge essence that I collected from those vaults that we did earlier, as well as the vault diamonds, and that is because I want to craft some knowledge stars in order to get some knowledge points in order to unlock Cagerium. I will need to get some Beniatite from this little stack here. That will do for now. Put this bad boy in the middle and then surround it with the vault diamonds to get those 3 knowledge cores. Let's see how many knowledge shards we can make. Okay, 23. Is that enough? It's enough for 2. And conveniently, we do need 2 of them, because we did already have 1 from the quest book, so now we have 3 in total, as you can see in the corner there, which means that we can indeed go over to the mod section and unlock Cagerium. So now that we unlocked Cagerium, we can check out the new items that are available to us, like the mob cage, the mob terrarium, and the binding plate. So these blocks here let us farm the loot drops from various mobs, and each different kind of mob requires a different cage essentially to sit within. The mob cage here is used for hostile mobs. The mob terrarium is used for peaceful passive mobs, like, you know, sheeps and cows and shit like that. And then you have this special binding plate, which is used to farm the loot off of boss mobs like withers, ender dragons I believe drop. Also you have things like the elder guardians. They have to be placed on this binding plate, but that is quite expensive to make, as you can see. An echo pog, yep. We are quite far away from being able to make this, but we can get into the normal mob farming with the terrarium and the mob cage, because these are easier to make, even though, you know, they do require like a wither skeleton skull. But at least the mob terrarium, which is used for the peaceful mobs, is fairly easy to make. So with these farming blocks, we'll be able to use these mystery eggs to roll a mob and then put that mob inside its respective cage or terrarium, which will then over time just generate its respective loot drop. So let's see what our mystery eggs get us. For the peaceful mob, we will get a cow, which is going to be a good source of beef and leather. And then for the hostile mob egg, we will get a skeleton, I believe. Yes, a skeleton. So infinite bones, pretty much. Not really the best kind of ones that I would hope for, but it's a start, right? So I'm happy with it. I should be able to afford the terrarium, so let me just get all the things I need, and I'll get back to you in just a second. Craft these up. Need more chromatic steel. Luckily, I do have materials to be able to afford it, so it's not too big of an issue. Craft one more of these wooden plates, and then I'll need a meat block, and then just some glass. We should be able to make our first mob terrarium. So let me show you what this thing looks like. If I go over here to these other little mobs that we set up earlier, I can put this down, and then I can take my cow spawn egg, and I can put the cow inside the terrarium, just like that. So right now it is just sitting here, not doing anything. I do actually need to have this terrarium on top of a chest or a drawer, just because currently it will not generate anything because the items have nowhere to go. Let me go get a drawer or something, just because I didn't think about that. Okay, for now we're just going to use this double chest and place it down, and now over time this cow will generate beef and leather into this chest. So we're just going to give it some time and see what the progress is like. In the meantime, I'll also upgrade my dash ability, since I had that skill point left over. Let's check up on the cow, and here we go. 1 leather, 1 beef already in the chest. So just like that, these little terrariums and stuff will just generate loot over time. And if we do get duplicate cow spawn eggs, for example, we can add them into this terrarium up to a maximum of 4 mobs, I believe, and then that will just increase the generation speed for these items. Oh wow, look, yeah, it's going pretty good already. But yeah, we'll just have to collect more of these and build like a little farming area, which I'll probably do in my free time. Now I'm just adding more things to the CV, you know? Architect, builder, fucking everything. Now I'm also a farmer, so... Anyways, I think for this episode, that will be about it. I achieved what I wanted to achieve by unlocking the Cagerium mod and also crafting that first terrarium, which is quite nice. In between this episode and the next one, what I'll do is run a couple more vaults and also record them for maybe like a little montage like I did in this video. And then I'll also do a little bit more progression with the farm system, just so we can get some of that loot generating passively in the background, just to make things easier for the future, like I sort of explained earlier. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope it was a fun little watch. And I hope you also enjoyed the little experiment with the editing of the vault runs. I will probably do that again in the future. But yeah, that will be it for now. I will catch you in the next one. I'm looking forward to making even more progress, and I hope you are too. Let's fucking get it. See ya.